Liver pate. Several liver pate tartlets served with rich pea soup. That is disgusting. I think I'd rather eat the butthole out of a terror morph. Ugh. Let's talk to Sarah Morgan.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first.
Oh, wee-wee. Well, if it'll help you decide, then I'm listening.
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
Yeah, when we first met, I thought I detected some military in your blood.
Then you were right. I didn't want to go into detail before because, well, just hear me out. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own.
Why the Cassiopeia system?
Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral rich. Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply.
I'm assuming the United Colonies won this battle then?
With hundreds of lives lost on both sides, I'd argue there were no winners at all. Now let me finish. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship, but I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight.
Despite all the damage, your ship still had the ability to fight?
The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had power. And weapons. That's why I remained in the battle. Huge mistake.
I'm not sure I would have taken that risk.
Yes, I know, okay? Damn it. Will you let me finish? We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut, and last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
The Dauntless was too far gone to save your crew?
The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die.
Why weren't you on the shuttle with them?
It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait until they were safe.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
You're sorry. For me? If I hadn't been so stubborn, so eager to prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had more time to escape.
None of this sounds like it's your fault.
Try telling that to their loved ones. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
How did you even get off the Dauntless?
After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped.
Look, Sarah, you can't blame yourself for what amounts to bad luck.
Bad luck? That sounds familiar. You once told me that the military might not have been my calling. You don't know how right you were. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us.
You're worried about us? What do you mean?
Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you. I feel safer, comfortable, not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
All this nonsense and you still have faith, eh? You really care about me, don't you?
I'll never stop having faith in you, Sarah. You can count on that.
I'm counting on that. Look, I think I've said all I can handle for now. Thank you for being there, for listening to me when I needed it the most. I'll never forget this. I promise.
Somehow I think we'll be hearing about this again. What's good, everybody? It's Halfway Nuts. Welcome to another Starfield video. The conversation you just saw was part one of a two-part conversation that will start Sarah Morgan's Affinity quest called In Memoriam. Now, before we go any further, there are some really gnarly spoilers ahead, so if you don't want me to ruin it for you, stop right here because I'm not going to warn you again. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Sarah.
Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind.
I told you, it wasn't your fault.
I know, but that's not the point. This isn't about fault. This is about closure. Until I return to Cassiopeia, I'll never be able to put this to rest.
How is traveling to Cassiopeia gonna put your concerns to rest?
The last time I saw my crew, their escape shuttle was headed for the planet's surface. I need to find the wreckage to ensure their memories are honored.
That might do more harm to you than good, Sarah.
Maybe, but I'm willing to take the chance. One problem, though. Pinpointing the crew's shuttle wreckage is going to be like trying to find a grain of salt in a sandbox.
You think?
I think we need to start by locating my old campsite on Cassiopeia 1.
All of the Dauntless's escape shuttles were damaged?
The Dauntless took heavy fire to the docking section during the battle. We had 3 shuttles. One was destroyed, and the other 2 were damaged. There was no other way off the ship.
What eventually happened to the Dauntless?
Shortly after I evacuated, I saw the ship come apart. The UC listed it as lost, so I assume the Dauntless was completely destroyed.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh boy, if they had taken your shuttle, oof.
It was a 50-50 shot, and they lost the gamble. Still, I'll never forget my finger hovering over that launch button. Would I launch safely, or explode into a fireball? It turned out that my shuttle had just enough power to allow an emergency landing on the planet's surface.
Oh, you took a hell of a chance.
I had no other choice.
What do you know about Cassiopeia 1?
It has a breathable atmosphere, indigenous fauna, and maybe a few abandoned mining outposts. Otherwise, it's not populated.
What are you hoping to find at your old campsite?
My shuttle should have the telemetry tracking data for the other shuttle aboard. It should give us an idea where it went down. That's if scavengers haven't completely stripped my ship for parts.
Guess it's time to go then. To Cassiopeia.
Hold on. I don't know the exact location of my survival campsite. For that, we are going to have to head to Mast and see if we can get the information from my old friend, Admiral Logan.
I'm sensing some tension between you and this Admiral Logan.
Your instincts are right on target. Logan and I butted heads more than once during my time with the Navigator Corps. We've never seen eye to eye. Look, I hope this isn't asking too much. Last thing I want to do is drag you into some kind of personal crusade.
Crusades are my specialty.
Thanks. I really needed a laugh. Truth is, I'm scared. When I set foot on Cassiopeia, I don't know if I'll be able to handle what I find. If I begin to fall apart, I'm going to need someone who can keep my spirits up.
What are you expecting to find on Cassiopeia?
Besides bad memories, I don't know. I'm trying not to think about it. Not yet.
You're too tough to fall apart, Sarah.
Oh yeah? Well, you haven't seen me behind closed doors. Joking aside, you've always been there when I've needed your help. Why you continue to support me, I'll never understand.
Because I love you, Sarah.
I don't know what to say. I've been so busy searching the stars for answers. I've overlooked what's been in front of me all this time. True love. Something I've seriously considered sharing with you for a long time. Just not ready. Not yet.
Don't start crying on me now.
I won't. Hey, anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I know you have a lot to do. I really appreciate your offer to visit Cassiopeia. Hopefully, it'll bring me the closure that I've needed for far too long.
Terrific. Why do I have the feeling that this is gonna be a needle in a haystack? That we're really gonna have our work cut out for us. Whoa! Awesome. Fucking awesome. I think my ship needs some repairs.
Okay, sure. We'll take care of any holes, broken seals, that kind of thing.
Thanks, dude. Alright, Sarah, I guess it's time to go to New Atlantis.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Ship's ready. Any start.
Alright, New Atlantis. At dark 30 by the looks of it. Okay, we need to get to the Mass District. You know something? I've heard a lot of people complain about how Starfield needs city maps. At this point, I've been through New Atlantis and the Well so many times that I really don't need a city map anymore. Like, I pretty much know where everything is. Yeah, it'd be cool for new players, but I've gotten to where I can pretty much make a beeline anywhere I need to go. Take the train. Mass District.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
I know, Sarah. Keep your panties on. Good grief. place is huge. There she is. Alright, let's get up there and talk to this guy. Central Command. Ahem. Well, hey there, dude. Let's have a conversation.
Sarah Morgan. It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's, good to see you again, sir.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me, Commander. I'm not sure why you're here, but whatever it is, why don't you just get to it?
I'm here because I need your help, Admiral.
You need my help. That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue. I'm here to come to terms with my past.
Your past is sitting in a closed file in the archives. That's where you left it when you walked out on the United Colonies. And what about you? Just who in the blazes are you anyway?
Sheesh, the animosity in this room is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Does it really matter who I am? This isn't about me.
I haven't spoken to Sarah Morgan for almost 10 years, and out of the blue, both of you barge into my office. I want answers. You can start with telling me who the hell you are.
I'm just a concerned civilian, dude.
Well then, this presents us with a unique opportunity. An impartial view here could prove useful. Perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help.
Sarah is here to solve a mystery that's been plaguing her conscience, if you must know.
Sounds like an issue outside the purview of this department. Care to explain, Commander?
It's about Cassiopeia, Admiral. I'm heading back there to find out what happened to the crew of the Dauntless, and hopefully, to bring their legacy home.
That sounds like a dangerous operation. Are you certain it's worth the risk?
I don't know.
Why don't you let us worry about the danger, Admiral?
I wish it was that simple. If the Navy gives its blessing for you to undertake this operation, then we assume responsibility. And frankly, I'd never forgive myself if you didn't return.
I appreciate the concern, Admiral. But that crew was my responsibility. No matter how difficult the risk, those men and women are coming home.
I understand. And I believe I owe you an apology, Commander. Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character. What can I do to help?
If you wouldn't mind allowing me to access the files regarding my rescue, I'd be most grateful, Admiral.
That shouldn't be too difficult. I've sent all the relevant information to your slates. Was there anything else?
No, Admiral. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, Commander. I just hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
Well, I'm glad he managed to pull the corn cob out of his ass. Alright, time to go. Got places to be. And things to do. Alright, bye then. I'm going down the elevator. Alright, sounds like we need to get back to the ship.
I'm so excited to see Tony after work.
Oh my god, loading screen, motherfucking loading screen. Bethesda has got to do something about these loading screens. To the ship, to the frontier that I spent over 100 grand on and don't regret it for a second.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
That view's kind of cool, just the way the light is shining. The visuals in this game, every once in a while you just find something cool like that.
I have.
Know when you're ready to launch.
I am ready to launch. Let's do that. Let's hit the launch button.
Ship's good. Welcome up and let's go.
And we're out of here.
Maneuvering into position. And we are now in stable orbit.
Alright. Where is this place? Way the hell up yonder. Planet looks pretty cool. Bye-bye, Alpha Centauri.
I love the feeling after a perfect jump.
Alright, let's get down there.
Landing site is sufficient. Taking the ship down.
This place looks like Arizona. Alright, well if I'm gonna go tearing ass through the desert, I'm gonna fix my tactical loadout. Let's see, what don't I need? Don't need my spacesuit. Get rid of this weapon, this weapon, this weapon. High-powered rifle, sidearm, medicine, dump the rest. Okay, Sarah, time to go. Ship landing. Alright, Sarah, now what?
I can't believe I'm here. It feels like walking into a dream.
How long has it been?
Oh, it's been nearly 20 years, but it feels like a lifetime. Strangely, this place looks exactly the same as I remember it. But that isn't possible, right? Just like a dream.
Just stick close to me and you'll be alright.
I'm okay. It's just so surreal. Phew. Okay, so let me get my bearings for a moment. Yes, this looks correct. Those rock formations nearby look familiar. My old campsite shouldn't be far.
Anything we should be worried about between here and there?
You mean besides the dangerous terrain, vicious fauna, and the chance of getting lost? Nah, you've got nothing to worry about.
Right. Okay, well, I'm ready if you are.
Good. Once we get to the campsite, we'll use that as a starting point to search for the cruise shuttle wreckage. Let's go.
All right, let's do this. Look, there it is. What is that? It's like bugs. These guys look mostly harmless. Alright, let's get over there.
This must be some debris from my shuttle. Not exactly a textbook landing, but I didn't have much of a choice.
Okay, Sarah.
Well, this is it. This is the spot where I spent close to a year waiting for rescue. Not exactly Paradiso, is it?
Paradiso?
I'm surprised you've never heard of the place. It's a resort colony in the Parima system. You know, a place to get away and unwind. Maybe we should head out there after we're done. Goodness knows we'll both need a vacation.
How did you possibly walk away from this crash?
I never said I walked away. When my ship hard landed on the surface, it broke apart. There was no fire, but I was pretty badly injured. Had to crawl from the wreckage. When they finally rescued me, the UC medics said I had 3 broken ribs, shattered my ulna, and had internal organ damage. I was in the medical ward recovering for almost 6 weeks.
Wait. Let me make sure I understand this properly. You were stranded on this planet for a year, and then when they finally found you, you still had broken ribs? Ugh, even New Atlantis' best hotels got nothing on this place.
I wish. I was so uncomfortable. I would have settled for a pile of straw. Look at this thing. It's been sitting here rusting. I think we need to grab an emergency power cell to get the ship's computer up and running.
Don't we have similar power cells on our own ship?
Sure, we have plenty of power cells on the ship, but they're not UC military grade. They won't work. I'm afraid we'll have to do some scrounging.
Can the cell power the entire ship?
No, I'm afraid that it can't. It's only designed to power individual systems. Even if it could, my old shuttle is far too damaged to be fully restored.
Oh, you know something? I left my emergency power cell back home in my other spacesuit. Oof.
Cute. When I was stranded, I set up a distress beacon powered by emergency power cells. The beacon was up there on the plateau. I guess it's time to start climbing.
Yeah, time to start climbing, and here I am with no boost pack. That was a smart choice. Oh, okay, well, let's get up there. The more I look at these things, the cuter they look. Alright. Coming, Sarah? Not much in here. There's the power cell. Wait a minute. These aren't rocks, they're aliens. You can tell just by looking at them. They got legs and everything. I have a feeling this is not going to go well. Alright, well, let's grab this thing and see what happens. Yep. Shit.
You picked the wrong fight.
I think we're gonna be here a minute. Alright, there's one over here. Looks like when I get up on rocks, I can cheese it. I'm gonna die if I don't get out of this thing's way.
Badly for you.
There's more of them out there. Alright, let's get back down there and put this thing, this emergency power cell, wherever it is we need to put it. Okay. Are you kidding me? There's more of these guys? I wonder if we can just stay out of their way. There's one of them right there. There's two of them. Whoa! He is coming after me. amazing how a high-powered rifle like this that takes 50 caliber and has like 340 damage is still struggling to take these guys out. Now where the hell is Sarah? Very poor choice of weapons for this one. Alright, Sarah, let's get this over with. Jeez. Any more rocks want to turn into aliens while we're at it? Anybody? No? Okay, cool.
This beacon probably saved my life. Who knows how long I would have been stranded here.
Alright, let's put the power cell in here. Analyze the telemetry data. This is the current power status. Do I dare read these? Yes, I do. It's been 2 days since my crash landing on Cassiopeia 1. I've been slipping in and out of consciousness, but I've been able to use emergency meds to keep my pain levels to a minimum. Medical self-assessment has revealed 3 cracked ribs, a broken forearm, and a minor concussion. Probable internal damage and a hell of a lot of bruises. I'll do the best that I can to push through, but I can't allow my injuries to keep me from reaching shuttle number 2. Tomorrow I plan to do a full reconnoiter of the area and search for some high ground to place my distress beacon. With any luck, some ships are still in orbit, and they'll receive my signal. For now, I'm going to rest, eat a bit of my food rations, and pray that the other shuttle isn't too far from my location. Using my telemetry data and geomapping charts I had in my slate, I was able to track exactly where shuttle number 2 went down. Unfortunately, it appears to be located several thousand kilometers away, making it impossible to reach on foot. Even if the planet was hospitable and the terrain accommodating, I'm in no physical condition to even attempt such a journey. Additionally, with my distress beacon and all my supplies located at this crash site, I don't dare leave it behind. I'm afraid my crew will have to deal with whatever hardships they've encountered on their own. All I can do at this point is pray they're safe. It's been nearly a month, and I'm down to my final 3 power cells. If I want to make them last, I'm going to have to disconnect them from my ship's computer system, which means I lose access to my computer and my short-range transmitter. If shuttle number 2 makes any attempt to reach out to me, all they're going to receive is silence. It's a horrible decision to have to make, but if shuttle number 2 hasn't contacted me by now, it's unlikely that they ever will. I don't know if that means their comm system is simply damaged, or if they've left their crash site, or if they're even alive. My only hope is to continue to power the distress beacon in hopes of being picked up and then search for them from the air. God, all this sucks. That's a sucky position to have to be in. Alright. Dauntless telemetry data. And shuttle number 2. Sarah.
We've located where the other shuttle went down. I can't believe our plan worked.
Are you certain the telemetry data is accurate?
Don't even joke. If this data is faulty, and we end up being pointed to a pile of rocks, I don't even know what we'd do next. I'm fairly certain I was able to capture all the data before I hit the ground. I'll try not to worry about it if you won't.
Well, we shouldn't celebrate until we've confirmed the location.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. The telemetry data puts the wreckage out of range to hike. We're going to have to head back to the ship and land on a different part of the planet. Let's get going.
You don't say. I hadn't figured that out on myself. Alright, let's get out of here before something else tries to kill us. Alright, we have to take off, go into orbit, and land elsewhere on the planet. Let's get to it.
There. Stable orbit achieved, like a toy sailboat released into a calm pond.
Please help us out. We're all out of options.
Interesting analogy, Barrett. You see Longsword. Alright, what do you want?
I had a good feeling about you. We just need a little. 2 units of ship parts will do.
Alright. Here are 2 ship parts.
You're a lifesaver. Here, take these for your help.
Alright. Where do we have to land? All the way down here by the looks of it. Okay. Let's get down there.
Site is clear. Descent started.
This place is pretty. Looks like something straight out of Tarzan. Alright, I'm not making the same mistake as the last time. I'm getting some better weapons. Pacifier. Yeah, I'll take the shotty. Okay. Time to go, Sarah.
We'll keep an eye out for hostile life forms.
Guess we're going this way.
Look at this view. Had I been on this planet under more pleasant circumstances, I might have had more time to appreciate the beauty it has to offer.
It is a pretty sick view. Alright, looks like we have to go down there. Somehow I had a feeling he was gonna go nuts. That didn't sound good. What's going on with Sarah now? Like she can handle herself just fine?
Let's do this. I'm glad you're handling the messy work.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Hey, that's not fair. This is what's left of the cruise shuttle. But it looks like parts were scavenged and dragged somewhere else. Could there have been survivors?
Holy shit. This thing looks like a scene right out of Jurassic Park. Anything in here? Not really. So I can get out. No, I can't get out. There we go. Okay. Guess we keep going then. Like a camp.
What's going on here? Supplies? A shelter? And the fire is still fresh. Is there someone here that's still alive?
It would seem that way, Sarah, yes. What's over here? Looks like it's mostly starship wreckage. Crops, by the looks of it. Okay, guess let's find out what's in here. Or who.
Stop. I'll shoot if I have to. Just turn around and leave. I know how to use this thing, and I will.
Oh my god. Who are you?
I'm nobody. Just go away. I'm not going to let anyone take my stuff again. No way. Both of you, just go!
That's interesting. That's a plot twist if I've ever seen one. What do you mean, take my stuff again?
Hey, I'm not stupid. Last time people were here, they promised to help. They ended up tricking me. They stole all of my good stuff and left me behind. I'm not going to let that happen ever again.
Hey, take it easy. We're just here for answers. Nothing else.
Answers? About what? How do I know you're telling the truth?
Stop it right now. Put away that gun and talk to us. We want to know what happened here.
See? You're not nice at all. I knew it. You're a liar. That's all grown-ups do is lie.
Sarah, she's the one with the gun. Why don't you let me handle this, please?
Sorry. I was wrong to get so angry. We are here to help you, and we promise to tell the truth.
I don't know. You're kind of scaring me. Why should I listen to you?
You don't think that's a strange question? Seeing as you're the one pointing the gun at us?
That's because no one is fooling me ever again.
We're here to honor the crew that died on this planet.
The crew? No one's been looking for that crew since before I was born. So tell me another lie. Go ahead.
You were born here? Hold on. Oh my god. Your parents, your mum and your dad, what were their names?
Jenna and Elias. Why?
Jenna and Elias. Private Jenna Marsh and Corporal Elias Obrist. You're their daughter. Listen to me. I knew your parents. They worked with me on the Dauntless. I'm Commander Sarah Morgan.
You're Sarah Morgan? Mom and Dad's captain? My parents used to talk about you all the time. It's like a dream to finally meet you.
Do you have the slightest idea where you are right now?
I know this is Cassiopeia. I've been here since I was born. I know my mother and father were from Gemsun or something like that. I bet it's like 1,000 miles away.
You could say that. What did your parents tell you about Sarah?
My parents told me she was in command of their ship in a huge battle. They said she was a hero and the bravest person they ever knew.
If your parents are around, I'd love to meet them.
Yeah? Well, you're too late. My parents are dead. My father died a long time ago. And my mother, she was killed by those monsters at the graveyard. It's just me here now. All by myself.
Let me ask you a question. Actually, I don't even know your name.
Oh, yeah. My name's Sona.
Sona. What a lovely name. Sona, you mentioned a graveyard. Is that where the crew is, you know?
Buried? Yeah. It's a bunch of stones with those necklaces like the ones my mom and dad had hanging on them.
Thank you, Sona. I'm going to talk to my friend here a minute, okay?
Okay, Sarah.
Holy shit, and shove me in it. We come here looking for who knows what, wreckage, dead bodies, and we find female Tarzan. Alright. Ooh. I'd take that. I'm not taking anything else that's here, though. That'd be asinine. I can't do that to this girl. Okay. Sarah. Let's talk.
Phew. I don't even know where to begin.
Are you gonna be alright?
I'm trying to hold it together. There's just too much coming at me all at once, you know? I'm just so relieved that you're here. There's absolutely no way I could have handled this alone.
I think you need to take it slow and give yourself a moment to breathe.
Whew. Yeah. That's probably good advice. Oh, there's so much to process. But I don't have time to deal with it right now. If you want to help, then find that graveyard and bring me those necklaces Sona mentioned. I'm hoping they're my crew's gene tags.
What's a gene tag?
It's an identification tag worn by UC military personnel. It's encoded with the soldiers' medical information and a sample of their DNA. If we can bring them back to Jemison, it would be like bringing home the crew's bodies for a proper burial.
I don't know that you should be alone right now.
Oh, I'll be fine. It's you I'm worried about. Sona's monsters are undoubtedly hostile life forms that have claimed the graveyard as their territory.
It's not you I'm worried about, it's the girl. Okay, let's do this. What an interesting plot twist. Okay, now I have to find a grave site with some gene tags. They sound like basically hollow tags. Well, that's a Fallout 4 reference. They sound like dog tags, pretty much. Okay. Whoa. Oh, no you don't. I really prefer not to shoot these guys if I can help it. Okay, this one wants to play. Whoa. I got anything on him? Nothing that interesting. Okay, we got a job to do. What the hell was that? Here they are. Gene tag. Gene tag. Is there any more? There's one. Well, shit. Wow, level 70. I am so fucked. Okay. Actually, he wasn't as hard as I thought he would be. Gene tag. Okay, I've had enough of this place. I'm getting out of here. I think I better stick to the trail. This place is pretty freaking beautiful, not gonna lie. Now he's mad. Well, I found him.
No! No, 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 no! How many times do I have to say it? I said I don't want to go! Leave me alone!
Sona, calm down and listen to me. It's much too dangerous to stay here all by yourself, darling.
I don't care. This is my home. You can't make me leave.
We can't leave her here. It's not safe. She has to come back with us to Jemison. Oh, I don't know what to do. Can you talk to her?
I'll leave you alone for 5 minutes and you're already terrorizing the little girl. She's been doing fine without any help from us.
Sure, she has. But how long is that going to last? What if the Crimson Fleet decides to land here? Or worse, then what? Look, you've never steered me wrong before. If you truly believe she should stay here, I'll respect your decision.
I can hear you talking about me. And I don't care what either of you say. I'm not going anywhere.
Look, I'm clearly out of my element here and not in the right state of mind. Could you just talk to her, please?
All right. She seems to not need any of our help, but... All right, fine. I'll see what I can do.
Why won't Sarah listen to me?
Don't you trust Sarah?
I mean, kinda. I just met her. The only reason I'm trusting you at all is because my mom and dad said Sarah was a good person. I know she probably wants to help me out, but I really wish she'd listen to my part of the story.
She feels that she's responsible for your situation.
Mom told me 1,000 times that it wasn't Sarah's fault that that I'm stuck here. That still doesn't mean I should leave the only home I ever had. Does it?
You really think this is the best place for you to live for the rest of your life?
Mom and Dad told me there was a whole universe out there, with thousands of planets. They showed me the maps and the star charts. That does sound pretty cool, but well, it's also kind of scary. It would be hard to leave the only home I've ever known.
You're not going to be safe here forever.
Mom told me there were really bad people out there. Worse than the ones I've already seen. But leaving Mom and Dad behind, it's really hard. Even though they're dead, I don't want to abandon them.
Don't you think your parents would want you to be safe?
I am safe. Those monsters can't catch me. They've tried, but I learned how to trick them. They're pretty dumb. And if bad people visit here, I know how to hide. I was even watching you when you landed. I bet you didn't even see me. This planet doesn't bother me. That's why I'm not sure I need to abandon my mom and dad.
Look, kid. Even from far away, they'll always be close to your heart.
Yeah. You're right. I never thought of it that way. I'm sorry I yelled at everybody. I know you and Sarah are just trying to help. I'm going to go get my stuff and then I'll board your ship. Don't worry, I'll stay out of the way until we get, well, wherever we're going.
Happy now, Sarah?
That poor girl. I hope we've made the right decision.
I made the decision, so it'll be my fault if anything goes wrong.
Nonsense. We're in this together. It's just... we're ripping Sona from the only home she's ever known and casting her back into society. It's going to be difficult for her to adjust to the changes. Wherever she ends up, just promise me we'll check on her from time to time. Please.
Sarah, she has to live her own life. We're not her parents.
No, we're not. But that doesn't mean we can just cut her loose either. It would make me feel better knowing how she's doing. That's all.
If it'll make you feel better, then consider it done.
That means a lot to me. Look, before we leave Cassiopeia behind, I wanted to say one more thing to you. Perhaps at the overlook we passed on the way here? I promise it won't take long. Let's go.
All right. Is there anything else around here? Not really. All right, Sarah, come on.
Look, before we head back to the ship, I wanted to tell you how much of an amazing gift this has been. You had to push me to come out here, and if I hadn't have listened to you, the universe would probably have never known about that little girl.
I didn't push you to do anything. You did this all on your own. I hope this experience has finally put your past to rest.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And it's all thanks to you. You know, this is the second time I've been on this world. And until this very moment, I never stopped to reflect at just how magnificent it was. Oh, look at this place. This is the reason I'm out here, exploring the stars. Worlds upon worlds, just waiting to have their beauty discovered. Shedding this burden of my past has finally allowed me to open my eyes, wider than they've ever been opened before. And it's all because of you.
All I did was open the door. You're the one that stepped through it.
Still giving lessons to the teacher, eh? Some mentor I've turned out to be. Well, I suppose it's time to bid goodbye to Cassiopeia once again. This time, under much happier circumstances. Now, let's head back to Jemison. I want to give those gene tags you gathered to Admiral Logan and figure out what we're going to do with Sona.
Right then. I think it's time to go home. It's time to talk to the Admiral.
We can't ever forget the sacrifices made for the United Colonies. We owe such a great debt to so many.
Admiral Logan.
Welcome back. Did you find your answers?
We found some answers, all right. We found our answers and we found these gene tags.
Not only that, but we found someone there, alive. A child born from 2 of the crew that survived the crash. After her parents died, that poor girl spent years surviving on that hostile world, alone. We abandoned her, Admiral. We let her down.
I'm sorry. I had no idea. How could we have possibly known?
We don't need you to apologize. We're just glad it's over.
Yes, of course. I think we can all agree that this was another unfortunate circumstance of the Colony War.
What you'd call an unfortunate circumstance, I call a tragedy.
You're absolutely right, Sarah. It is a tragedy. One thing that I can assure you is that the names of these men and women will never be forgotten. I'll see to it personally.
Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck to both of you. It's been an honor.
Once we're done here, we should have a little talk with Sona. Poor thing's waiting for us at the lodge.
Good idea. Let's go do that. You know something? New Atlantis really is beautiful. I mean, seriously, how long do you just stand there and take it all in? I imagine not that long and not that often.
Now that we're here, perhaps we could spend a bit of time relaxing rather than planning?
So, nah.
I guess we need to talk. There you are. I was wondering when you'd come and say hi to me.
Hello, Sona. I see you found your way to the lodge without any trouble.
Yeah, it was kind of hard though. All these people around. Never seen so many people in my entire life.
How did you find your way here on your own?
Sarah gave me directions. She's really good at that. Riding that gnat thing was super cool. It was like magic or something. Like something from the stories Mom used to read. But the hardest part was having everyone staring at me. All these people in one place. It's kind of scaring me. I don't know why.
Don't worry. No one's gonna hurt you.
They sure won't. They have to catch me first.
It's true. You're one of the toughest people I've ever met. So, what do you think? Do you like it here, Sona?
At the lodge? Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You must be like a bazillionaire, Sarah.
Oh, don't I wish? This place isn't mine alone. It belongs to everyone who's a part of Constellation. And I think it should belong to you too, Sona. I want you to stay here and make this your home.
Whoa. Does that mean I get to go exploring with both of you? Or wait, do I get my own ship?
How about you give yourself a little more time to grow? Then we'll talk.
Exactly. And don't worry. At the rate you're growing, it won't be long until you're grav jumping to unexplored star systems on your own ship.
I understand. Oh, and don't worry, I learn real fast, so you better get ready to have another member of Constellation signing on for missions.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, thanks for letting me stay here. I promise I won't let either of you down.
I'm sure that you won't. Well, I think we should let Sona get settled. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to visit the Colony War Memorial now. I want to pay my final respects.
Sure, Sarah, let's go. Wow. I never expected to come back with survivors. That is craziness.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they...
Well, here it is. There she is. Sarah.
Look at this. All these people. Their entire lives distilled down to names on a memorial. I wonder how close I came to being reduced to just a name.
Being remembered by name is better than being completely forgotten.
These people laid down their lives for what they believed in, and it cost them dearly. I served shoulder to shoulder with them, and watched some of them die. I know you meant well, but they'll always be more than a name to me.
I only say these things because I care about you, Sarah.
And I care about you too. There's obviously some kind of a connection between us that I think we need to discuss. Just let me have another moment here, and then we can head over to the waterfall. so we can talk in private. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright, Sarah, let's go to the waterfall.
I know it's been a rough week. I'm doing okay.
When things at the lodge are too much, I love coming to this spot to just sort of, I don't know, melt away for a while.
Alright, Sarah, let's melt away then.
It's lovely here, isn't it? I've been from one end of the settled systems to the other. But this place, this exact spot, there's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
What is it about this spot that makes it so special?
I don't know. I'm not sure I can explain it. Maybe it's the strange way that the art, technology, and nature fuse together, or maybe it's because it feels like home. Whatever it is, I definitely feel more comfortable here than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's absolutely beautiful, Sarah.
I knew you'd appreciate it. I usually come up here to mull over some of the heated debates we have at Constellation. You'd be surprised how many decisions I've made on this very spot.
I feel like you're stalling for time here.
Is it that obvious? The truth is, I've asked you up here because I wanted to talk about something very important.
Alright, you can tell me whatever's on your mind.
Good, because I have a lot to say. It's about my return to Cassiopeia. What we learned about Sona has been constantly replaying in my mind. Maybe it sounds crazy, but that young girl's isolation feels like a reflection of my own life.
You're equating Sona's situation to your own?
In all honesty, I don't. She simply reminds me of my own isolation. Maybe not in the literal sense of the word, but I certainly relate to some of her loneliness.
Well, both of you have been through a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Compared to Sona, I've had it easy. I've spent my life surrounded by all sorts of people. Constellation, the Navigator Corps. Hell, even the UC military. Despite that, no matter how hard I've tried to make them a part of my life, they tend to drift away and disappear.
None of that is your fault.
Are you sure? For all we know, it's in my nature to keep people at arm's length. Or worse, push them away.
All I see is someone who's lost and needs help finding their way.
Yeah, sure. And who wants to take on that responsibility? You? Wait a moment. That's exactly what you're saying, isn't it?
I'm saying I love you, Sarah. Now and forever.
Ha! Sorry, I just need a moment to gather my thoughts. From things you've said in the past, it's obvious you want to have a serious relationship. You want to become close. So, if you're willing to take that leap of faith with someone like me, then I'm ready to do the same.
I've been more than willing for a long time.
You're something truly special. You know that? You've helped me conquer my self-doubt, my confidence, hell, everything. For the first time in my life, I feel complete. And with you by my side, I'm convinced that feeling will last forever. You're the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I love you. Always.
That was pretty epic. We went to Cassiopeia 1 hoping to find grave sites at best, and we came back with a survivor. And I think Sarah discovered love for the first time in a long time. I suppose that's it. That is In Memoriam. That's the quest for today. Questions, comments, put them in the comments section of the video. Otherwise, until next time, this is Halfway Nuts telling you, don't go nuts. That's my job. I'll catch you later.